The High Road is dedicated to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, past, present, and future. Meet Keith Warren. As a 30-year veteran of the outdoor industry and devoted conservationist, the original Texas angler and outdoor television icon has hunted across America and around the world, showing you big game, educating outdoorsmen, and uniting all hunters. That's Keith Warren, and this is the High Road.
Well, it's pitch black dark and you can't see hardly the hand in front of your face, but with night vision you can. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take care of our scent, and then we're going to go on a hunt, well, kind of a different hunt, a hunt that I'll bet you at the end of the day's show you're going to want to go on it too. Take my Glock, Model 20, it's hot. I'm going to hook up with some guys from Seguin, Texas. We got a hog hunt coming on. You're gonna love it. The cool thing about hunting hogs is that you can do it 12 months out of the year. Randy and Gerald have been doing this for a long, long time. They're from the Seguin area. This is Guadalupe County. But they have properties, these are private landowners that actually let them come out on a piece of property and kill pigs because there's so many of them. They're prolific, they destroy the property. They're really bad on quail, on snakes. Pigs are just bad, but they're good to eat and they're fun to hunt. There's no limit on them and you can hunt them 12 months a year.
Hey Randy, how are you?
Hey Colton.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you again too. This is Gerald.
Gerald, nice to meet you. You know, Randy and Gerald run the Night Hogs operation here out of Seguin, and y'all told me about the problem with feral hogs here and just the absolute infestation, how they've gone nocturnal just due to hunting pressure. Why don't you go ahead and show us some of the equipment we'll be using tonight?
Okay. Obviously, with the nocturnal situation with hogs, we've developed a process by which we can go out and hunt them in their element. We've got Generation 3 night vision goggles, Generation 3 night vision scopes.
Wow.
All of the guns are suppressed. These three are integral suppressors. That's a screw-on suppressor. We shoot subsonic ammo in these three guns, supersonic ammo in that one.
And it's just a lot quieter using the subsonic then.
These three guns are, even though they're 44 Magnums, typically a 44 Magnum is a very, very loud round.
Right.
With the suppressors on them, they're only a little bit louder than a pellet gun. So stealth is really key, and consequently, we don't spook the hogs nearly as bad, so sometimes we get second shots immediately. Sometimes we don't get second shots immediately, but we sometimes get shots pretty quickly thereafter.
Seem would improve your chances.
Sure. It improves it a whole lot. They're a big problem. We kill a lot of them. Gerald and I have been hunting together for a little over 3 years, and between us and the people we've taken out hunting with us, we're a little over 500 hogs.
Wow. Well, that's a great thing, and we're truly looking forward to it. We've got a couple of people who've never done it before. I certainly have never done it at night. I've killed plenty of hogs before, but it should be fun, and thank you very much, Randy.
It's
I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to have a good time. Okay, we've arrived at the second property now. We're going to walk down this road about 100 yards. There's a pretty sharp curve to the right. There very possibly could be hogs there. As we get close to this blind, I'm going to have everybody be really, really quiet because we're going to be right on them if they're there.
Okay. I'm excited, man. I'm pumped to get out there. Okay. Let's go do it.
Let's go see if we can get one.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by GAMO Precision Air Rifles, Glock, oil-filled camo, supercharged scent killer by Wildlife Research Center, beyond 99%, and Heartcraft Hunting Products. Watch The High Road in HD at keithwarren.net.
Hi, my name's Randy Tausch. I'm a longtime resident of Seguin, in fact my whole life here. What used to be a hobby of hunting hogs has now become a passion of mine. Gerald and I do it together very, very often, and we enjoy it a lot, and we've got some pretty cool equipment to do it with.
My name's Nathaniel George. I'm buddies with Colton Warren. We went to high school together, and tonight we're going to go out and shoot some hogs using some night vision. Should be a lot of fun.
Hey, my name is Gerald Holub. I'm also from Seguin, just like Randy, and lived here pretty much all my life, and started out hunting hogs just for fun, and it kind of snowballed in buying equipment, Generation 3 night vision equipment and suppressed rifles, and before long we were in the guiding business.
One thing is that we prefer that the hunters don't bring any weapons. We have our own weapons. All they need to bring is something they want to eat or drink during the hunt. We furnish virtually everything else. At the end of the hunt, we'll skin, gut, and quarter the hogs, ice them down in the hunter's ice chest, and we even furnish the ice.
The night vision we use is all Generation 3. It's really, most of them are grade A tubes, very excellent quality. On a quarter moon or better night, you can typically see 200 to 300 yards. You can spot the hogs. Then we start making the stalk, and like I say, typically that stalk is to within 20 to 40 yards.
Pretty good size hog.
Yeah, he's a whopper.
Jeez.
Fantastic, good shot, man.
Thank you.
Great shot.
Yeah, I got a little bit nervous when I saw him take off, but I know I made a pretty good shot. So when he started stumbling around, I was like, well, that's a good sign.
He went down pretty hard, but you just never know. Sometimes they go a long ways, sometimes they don't. He went, I guess, about 150 yards or so. Great shot, Nathaniel.
Thank you, sir.
What's really interesting here is this is probably a 175-pound boar. The bullet went right through his neck, probably severed his jugular vein. It's a 300-grain bullet, went through him all the way, and he still ran about 150 yards. Shows you just how tough these animals are.
He had me real worried.
How hard they are to kill. But you did a good job, man. Great stalk. We got right up to him, probably a 45 or 50-yard shot. So
yeah,
it was great. How do you like hunting with night hogs?
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, it's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done hunting-wise. I mean, just being able to hear them pop their jaws and rooting around, and you're just right there. It's completely different from hunting them from a stand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Thanks very much.
Terrific. Well, Nathaniel, we got you one, a nice big hog. Let's go see if we can get a stalk going for Sean.
All right.
You ready?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. This is my first time. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Let's do it.
How many hogs have you killed?
Oh, I've killed many, my friend. Now this is my first hog, if I get one.
We'll see if we can do it for you.
Hey, great shot, man.
Thank you.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Reconyx Game Cameras, Savage Arms, Keith Warren's Texas Hidden Springs Ranch, the best value in Texas trophy deer hunting, Grizzly Cartridge Company, and Jarden Consumer Solutions, makers of the GAMESAVER.
I think it's kind of funny, all the people out there in mainstream America now thinking, oh man, the hog problems there, we got hog problems. I mean, there's other networks that have hog shows completely dedicated towards feral hogs. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? This is the ultimate reality gig right here.
Good shot.
Shake my hand, it's so dark out here, can't even see.
Can't see to find your hand.
I mean, we have been hunting hogs in Texas for, well, 25, 30 years we've had a problem. And it's just now all of a sudden, I guess Hollywood discovered that, hey, a lot of people like to watch it. But you know what, if you want to live it, if you really want to see the truth about it and experience it, all you got to do is get a hold of Randy and Gerald and come down here. It's very affordable. The one thing I'd recommend, do it with a couple of buddies. Do it with your son. Do it for your kids. Give it to them as a gift. It's a fun thing to do, and it helps the people out. And the number one thing too, it's affordable.
We're going to be going into a little area at the end of this trail that opens up into a little field. The hogs are going to be really close. We're going to spray down with our scent killer here. You can never eliminate all of your human scent, but the more we can get rid of, the better possibility we have of them not winning us.
The one thing that I found when I wound up started hunting with Randy and Gerald was the fact that with this night vision equipment, your depth perception gets off. At least mine does really bad. And so you look at something and it looks like it's, you know, it looks like it's way, way far away out there, and it's really not that far out there. And so we've got to be real quiet, making any stalk, and but getting used to depth perception is a hard deal. You can be walking around and there's a tree, it looks like it's 10, 15 feet in front of you, all of a sudden, wham, you run right into it because of depth perception. But anyway, that's one of the drawbacks that I have that I'm still working with when I use this equipment. I think it'd be a good idea for you to come hunt with the guys at Night Hogs, because there's a huge learning curve when it comes to operating night vision equipment. I mean, it's not easy, it's a challenge. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, these guys have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours out in the field, and there's no telling how many pigs they've killed using the night vision equipment, which is going to be Gen 3 infrared night vision equipment. And they also now have got thermal imagery. And so I'm really excited to be able to use this equipment and learn from it, because when I get all these toys myself, I'll be able to operate them properly too.
He's a good size one.
Well, this is definitely my first my first hog ever with night vision.
And look at this. He was rolling around this pig pipe. We use these things pretty effectively for 3 reasons. They've got holes in them. It's a piece of sewer pipe with holes in it. The hogs will roll it around. First thing is, hogs are the only thing that can get any significant amount of corn out of them.
Raccoons can't get in them or anything like that.
They'll move them a little bit, but they can't get much. Second thing is, it takes them a long time to get all the corn out, so they'll stay for a long time. And the third thing is, as they're rolling this thing around, it's making noise and it draws more hogs in.
Right. So well, that's neat.
Works really well.
Well, you want to get this guy packed up?
Let's get him loaded. We'll see if we can get another one.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, good job.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Striker Crossbows, HOFFPAUIR Polaris, Burt Coyote's Luminoc and Lumen Arrows, Shadow Hunter, your total comfort hunting blind, Elevators, your easy way up, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, beyond 99%, and BSA Optics. HOFFPAUIR Polaris presents Viewer Feedback.
Ben from Arkansas says, Keith, I love your show, but I want to know, how can folks go on a hunt with you? Well, Ben, now that question comes to me from my Facebook fan page, not from a viewer email. So if you want to go on a hunt with me, more and more we're doing a lot of giveaways on our Facebook site. I would encourage you to go to my Facebook site and become a fan. And then what you need to do is you need to go over to the hog hunt event giveaway. And what we're doing, we're going to give away a hog hunt to some lucky fan, hog hunt just like you're seeing on today's show. So become a fan on Facebook, go to the hog hunt event giveaway, and some lucky person is going to get to go on a night hog hunt just like you're watching on today's show. If you have any questions or comments about the program, you can shoot me an email right off of my website at keithwarren.net. And I'd also like to ask you to become a fan on Facebook. And if you've ever thought about purchasing a Polaris, give my friends over at HOFFPAUIR Polaris a call, and you'll find out how come HOFFPAUIR Polaris is one of the top Polaris dealers in the country.
Our hunts are typically 3.5 hours, but if we have a situation where we don't get every hunter in the party at least one shot opportunity, we will usually go longer for an hour or two and try to reach that goal. We try to make every hunt successful. Gerald and I started hunting together about 4 years ago, and between him and me and the people that we've taken out hunting, we've killed right at 700 hogs total. We were starting to see a little bit of a declination in the numbers during the drought last year, but since we started getting some rain at the end of the year, December or so, seemed like all the sows got pregnant at the same time, and now we are seeing just lots and lots of babies. We see groups sometimes of 40 or 45 babies and a dozen or 15 adults, so there's been a big population explosion over the last few months. We're fairly selective in the hogs that we harvest for our hunters. We typically try not to shoot nursing sows because they tend to be very tough and pretty skinny. We usually go for young boars or even boars up to the 150, 175 pound range for eating hogs. And if somebody wants a real trophy, although we can't promise that we're going to run across one, we try to get one that's in the 200, 250 pound range. And we do shoot those on a pretty consistent basis. It just depends on what we can find in the field.
See, I would have thought that that was about a 60-yard shot, Randy, but that couldn't have been probably, what, 40 yards?
41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
Hey, baby. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And it is a big, fat sow. Look at this sucker. Oh, my goodness. Looky here. And this right here is an absolute unbelievable firearm. That is pretty cool. I'm gonna have to have me one of those, but this right here is a really good fat sow. Look at her. Oh yeah, there's a pool of blood on the ground that is unbelievable. Awesome, awesome. This is something that anybody who likes hunting would like doing this. Like I said, the season is 24/7, 12 months a year. And right down here in South Central Texas, you can fly into San Antonio. A lot of people wind up coming down here from Minnesota and Wisconsin, all over the country to hunt with these guys. And again, give them your website. If somebody wants to look you up, and you got all kinds of videos, give them your website address.
Nighthogs.com.
That's NIGHTHOGS.com. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and get this.
Great job, man.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you what, folks, if y'all want to have a hunt that you will never forget, something that is very unusual, something that is very affordable, something that you're going to take home a lot of meat and it's really good, you need to give these guys a call. You can look them up on their website at nighthogs.com, and that's NIGHTHOGS.com. They've been doing it a long time. They got some great property. They've got some great equipment. That's for doggone sure. And I highly recommend it. I'll be doing it again, I promise you. Thank you, sir.
You bet. Good time.
Now, I'll tell you something. If you come down here and do this, bring an ice chest. A great big Yukon ice chest, because you're going to fill it full of pork. I promise you. Look at that. That's a nice pig right there.